right. Hello there, gang. Good to see you. Yes, we made the right call, holding off on outdoor rehearsal today. Right as I brought in the last group of singers who were coming to sing indoors today, all the heavens broke loose. So it was very exciting. So all right, good day, everyone. Welcome, welcome. So great to be with you all. Make sure you have the Lake Isle, either the hard copy you picked up or in the description of this video, there should be a link to a PDF of this movement. So make sure you have that. Nigel, I've seen your emails. I'm going to get back to you. Nigel, so good to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Awesome, Nigel. Good to have you here. We're going to work on a couple pieces tonight. One's the 4A, which we'll work on. And then also, and so this is for everybody, some people picked up the hard copy of this piece. But if you look in the description of this video, there is a PDF, a link to a Google Drive and a PDF of the Lake Isle, which is this Ole Hielo piece we're also going to be working on this evening. So if you want to pull that up in another browser, or you want to, I'm just trying to find the right angle. Not really succeeded in doing that in this space yet. Actually, that's okay. I don't mind that. Actually, maybe we'll do this. I was trying to find the right angle. Cornelia, good to see you. Well, I can't really see you, but good to have you here. All right. All right. Hello. Awesome. Yeah, Catherine, it has been a tough day. Busy day. It is time to sing. Good evening. Oh, I love when you all greet each other. It is 6 p.m. Oh, no. All right. Well, Byron, feel better, or sing when you can, or look at my face. Sometimes I make people feel better. You never know. I'm just kidding. Anyway, love to be here with you all tonight. Welcome to the folks who are with us for the first time, which Nigel here mentioning in the chat. Wonderful to have people with us at this time. as we continue our work on the Four Requiem. And tonight, jump in to a new piece, believe it or not, a new piece, which is crazy, right? And that we're going to start working on another piece today. But I feel like we have the foray pretty well under control. And that being said, we're not going to be done singing this piece. The foray is going to be with us for some time still, because we're going to still do some more recordings, both in person, outdoor, and some recordings that are virtual as well, that you all are working on. So really what we're going to be working on is sort of finishing up a few parts of the foray that we haven't really worked too much on. And then finally getting to work on the Leikao by Olegelo. And again, as a reminder, the Leikao by Olegelo, you can find the sheet music, a PDF of the sheet music is in, if you did not pick it up. Now, we had a music pickup for this day, but if you did not pick music up that day, that music, you can find a link to that in the description of this video. All right, we'll say Google Drive. We'll say Google Drive in the description. No, I'm doubling myself. I'm just making sure it's there. Yes, it says link to Leikao PDF, and so just make sure you download that and have that at the ready, so that you can take a look at that. But that's the Leikao, and again, you either picked it up in a music pickup, or you can pick it up off this PDF that I have in the description. But either way, it is so amazing to be with you all. We obviously canceled our outdoor meeting, which I think it's good we did, because the storm just sort of rushed in and just downpoured, and it would have downpoured on all of us. So I'm happy we took that off. It will be a little bit till we're back together full force, because next week we'll take off for the Easter holiday. And of course, and in advance, happy Easter to those who celebrate, and happy Passover to those who began celebrating last evening. And so it's that time of year. But next week we'll be off from virtual and in person. But when we get back in April, and I'm going to finish talking about this later in the rehearsal, when we get back in April, it is going to be pedal to the metal all the way through May. And so to get all these different parts of the foray and the Leikao learned. So without further ado, let's get working. So can we warm up? Let's stretch first. Everyone stretch to your right or your left. Go to the other direction. Ah, very nice. Crack your knuckles. Oh, good. Roll your shoulders forward. Roll them back. Let your shoulders rest in this back position. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And sigh. Woo! One more time. Deep breath into your nose. And sigh. Woo! Now let's just start with a little veo, veo, ve. Veo, 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 ve. Go! Veo, 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 ve. Nice and easy. Veo, 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 ve. 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 One more. Veo, 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 ve. Everyone go, whee! Good. We sing nice and skinny. Me, 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 going down. Me, me, one more. Now, ready, go. Nice and light. One more. Everyone go, whee! Good. All right, one more. Our favorite. I love to sing. Ready, go. I love to sing. I love to sing. I love to sing. love to sing. I love to sing. I love to sing. Very nice. Very good. All right, everybody. Take out the fore. We'll get to the lake aisle in a minute. Take out the fore. And I want everyone to go to movement 7. In paradisum. In paradisum. Yes, very good. And so, yes, Sue, we have enough hard copies of the lake aisle for everyone. So next time, come see me or see Jane if she's there. And we'll make sure you get a copy of the lake aisle of your own. Because they are very nice little blue. I mean, the crowd bought them for all of us. So you all deserve one. So we'll make sure we get you one of those. All right. In paradisum. Now, I just want to review this movement. It's the one we spent the least amount of time on. And it's one that I just sort of want us to kick around. And so we're going to start with In Paradisum. All right? Now, sopranos, you obviously are leading the charge here, but any altos who want to join, I encourage you to join. You don't have to sing every note of this opening section to be with us. We just recorded, I scared a couple folks at our in-person recording sessions this afternoon by asking them to sight read this movement. And it's beautiful to have some alto voices blending in with the sopranos. So don't be afraid to sing In Paradisum. All right, can we do it, folks? All right, we ready? From the top, In Paradisum. Let's do it. Here we go, sopranos. Here we go. Here we go. Everyone comes in. Alto. And soprano. Everyone. Sopranos. Here we go, sopranos in. Beautiful job. Let's rehearse a few things in it, shall we? Let's go back to measure 47. Measure 4-7. 4-7. Everyone go there? Measure 47. This is when, and I want to hear just tenors and basses. Tenors and basses. Measure 47, just tenors and basses. We're on the word requiem. Tenors and basses. Measure 47, requiem. Here we go. So this is the bass note. Baritone note. Tenor 2. Tenor 1. This is measure 47. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that again. 47, all tenors and basses. Ready and go. and turn the page. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Bravo. Now can I hear soprano and alto at measure 47? Soprano and alto at measure 47. Soprano, that's your note. You're on the requiem. Alto, that's your note. Note that you both have different rhythms. Here we go. That's alto. Soprano, measure 47. 1 and 2 and 3. Off. 1. Here we go. Sopranos and. 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2. Off and. Can we do that all together? And actually, let's now go all the way back to measure 31. Measure 31. So we'll give the sopranos another shot at their little adioso here. Ready? Everyone back to measure 3-1. Measure 31. Altos, tenors, and basses are ready to pop in. All right? Altos, tenors, and basses are ready to pop in. All right, here we go. Starting on the soprano note, chord. 1 and 2 and T. One. Here we go, sopranos. Everyone else. And 1, 2, 3, 1. Sopranos. Everyone else. Everybody. Bravo. So we have the end of it. Now let's do the open. Let's do the next section. So making our way back, measure 21. Measure 21. All right, everyone take a minute to get there. Measure 2-1. Remember, this is, I want to hear tenors and basses again. Tenors and basses at 21. Remember, this is Jerusalem. Jerusalem. All right. Here we go. Measure 2-1. Measure 21. Yeah. This is bass, just bass and tenor. Tenor 2, tenor 1, 21. 1, 2, 3. Tenor 2. Off. Let's do that one more time. Lot going on there. Tenors and basses. Bass. Tenor 2. Tenor 1. This is measure 21. 1 and 2 and sing. Tenor 2, tenor 1. Off. Bravo. Now can I hear soprano and alto? And actually soprano, we're going to do the pickup to measure 21. And sopranos, in this section, it's a slow crescendo. So don't give it all away at the opening Jerusalem. Not Jerusalem. No. Just pace yourself. Then just crest over that section. Right? All right. Sopranos pick up to 21. Altos, you have my favorite moment in the history of music is the all right, here we go. Pick up to measure 21. Here we go, soprani. 1 and 2 and T. Altos. Great. Altos, can we do your little part? Pick up to 27. Altos, your little part. Pick up to 27. And I say little because it's short, but it's like super important. That harmony note, if you hear it, we need that F sharp. It's magical. All right. Pick up to 27, just altos. 1 and 2. Bravo. Everyone back to the beginning. Whole movement, beginning, and then we'll do a little lake isle, okay? Whole movement from the beginning. Remember, we just finished the Liberame, right? Which is the drama movement, right? We just got done singing Liberame right? So fear, fire, torment, scariness, all of that. And then after that we get and that contrast is so important. So as you're working through it, think about it. This is angels. These are angels coming to sort of whisk you to heaven. All right, let's do it. Here we go. Here we go, sopranos. And alto. Sopranos coming in again. Here we go. Bravo. So that's going to be in good shape. And again, we're going to talk about this later. I'll do some announcements after we introduce the lake aisle. But in the in-person recording sessions, both outdoors and indoors, starting in April when we get back from Easter, every single time we meet, we're going to be trying to record for our virtual concert. So what I mean by that is we want to have a grasp on not all the movements. I'm going to talk about that, but most of the movements. I'll tell you which ones those are for our in-person, outdoor, and in the sanctuary gatherings. And so just be ready. That in Paradisum will be one of those we do. And I might even get a group of Sopranos together to work on some of that. So let's now go to new piece. Woo! I love Foray, and we're going to come back to Foray later, so don't toss it over your shoulder. But we're just going to take so Foray. We've worked so hard for almost 3 months now, and so I think it's good to we'll give ourselves a little break. In this piece, the Lake Isles, I also would like us to try to complete in some way for our virtual concert. It pairs so beautifully, and I encourage you all. Hopefully you've done this before, but if you haven't, after this rehearsal, or heck, pause me and come back, I guess. Go listen to the Lake Isle by Ole Yelo. It is a gorgeous piece. Ole Yelo, a Norwegian composer, lives in America now. Composes so much beautiful music. Most people know his Ubi Caritas, which sort of made him famous, but he just hits it out of the park with every piece. And again, as a reminder, if you need a PDF of this, if you just joined us, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have this, I didn't go to the music pickup, there's a PDF of it in the description of this video, and Ruth's also posted in the Facebook group. Sharon also sent an email today. There's a lot of places to get it. But it looks like this is a dark blue cover. So the Lake Isle is this amazing piece for guitar, choir, and piano. It's about 6 minutes long. And as George pointed out earlier, I think George said it's so many pages. And it is so many pages, but it's really not all that long. It's only about 120 some measures. And the reason it's so long is because starting at about page 12, it flips to 8 stabs. Now, I know as choral singers, we're trained to fear this many divisi. But the first thing I want to say to you before we start working on this piece is it's way easier than it looks. And I know those are like famous last words for a choir director to say, is that something is easier than it looks. But I actually really mean it with this piece. It sounds much more busy than it is. And those 8-part sections, if you look at them, are actually a lot of repetitive material. Because this piece begins with a guitar lick that sort of sounds like this. Right, so this flowing guitar sound underneath it, and the choir actually sings long notes. And that pretty much happens throughout the whole piece. A couple exception moments, which we're going to go over tonight. But this piece is much easier than it looks. So I know you look at a bunch of, if you printed it out, you printed out 1,000,000 pages. If you picked it up, it looks thick, but it really is not that long of a piece. So that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing is the poem that it sets. Scott, I played guitar well on the piano. That's what I do. Anyway, but I wish I played guitar. So anyway, but the point is, it is this sort of flowiness, but it sets, and again, it's this rhythmic sort of floaty sound because it's a setting of the great William Butler Yeats poem, The Lake Isle. And many of you might know this as Innisfree. There's a beautiful arrangement of Innisfree by Joseph Flummerfelt that some of you may have sang before. And Innisfree, The Lake Isle of Innisfree is this beautiful poem. And if you, it's a 3-stanza poem, and he sets only 2 of them. And so I just want to read that text before we just give this a sight read. And Sean, to your note, my favorite recording is by, I believe it's Tenebrae. So the professional choir Tenebrae out of England is my favorite recording of that. But there's a live one that's also very magnetic and beautiful. But here's the poem. And because I believe before we start a piece that is based upon a poem, we should read the poem. So here's the poem. Lake Isle of Innisfree by William Butler Yeats. And I'll only do the 2 stanzas that Ole Yelo set. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree. A small cabin build there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee loud glade. I love that, the bee loud glade. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's gray, I hear it in the deep heart's core. I love that. That no matter that once I'm a lake person. I've never been a huge beach person, but I'm a big lake and woods and mountains person. And something about no matter where I am, feeling what it feels like to be in those types of nature environments in my deep heart's core. I feel that that feels and resonates with me so deeply. All right, the Lake Isle. Can we give it a read? Give it a read. All right, so I'm going to play the fancy guitar stuff that Scott pointed out, my piano guitar. And then once the basses come in at 7, I'll start playing parts. Basses, you come in on this run. And we are going to go over parts tonight. So if you get a little lost, never fear. All right, here we go. Ready? And here comes the basses. And the altos are about to come in. Here we go, altos. And or measure 18. Next entrance, and tenors. Innisfree and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles. And let's pause there. I'm sure you guys sang all the notes correctly, right? Everything was perfect. I'm kidding. All right, let's go back and let's now take it apart, shall we? So the biggest thing is just to note. So everyone go with me back to measure 7. Measure 7. I promise, again, it's easier than it looks. So measure 7. Basses, you hold this hum. You hold it in 7 for tithe, 3 whole notes, right? And then you go up to I, and the altos come in. Altos, tenors, and basses. Note that 2/4 bar before you turn the page is really, really fast. And especially if I'm a tenor or a soprano, I'm going to turn that page so fast because you come in on I really soon. So can I just hear the basses starting in measure 7? Basses alone, measure 7. 1, 2, basses, go. Still going. 1, 2, 3. Now basses move. So then basses on that page turn. Let's start on the hum again. 7. 1, 2, ready, hum. Here comes the 2 far, and I will rise and go now. All right, can we now hear altos? Altos, you start on the bottom of page 3 on this A, and you're only there for 2 beats and you move on. Here we go, altos, last measure of page 3. 1, 2. I will arise. Only a few notes there. Then, Sopranos. Measure 11, top of page 4. Measure 11, top of page 4. Sopranos, you come in real low and real soft. All right, so Sopranos, you come in like this. I will rise. And tenors, your last but not least. That's your note tenors. 1, 2, and ready, go. I will rise. In tenor's note, you are above. Tenor's note, you are above. Tenors, you are below the basses in that section. All right, let's put that all together. Measure 7, please. Measure 7. Basses coming on this low, rattling hum. 1, 2, ready, slow. Bass 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now here comes the altos and everyone else. Beautiful violin goes. One. Next entrance. Here we go. And. Good, I want to stop there. All right, very nice. So let's go back now to the next entrance. Measure 19. Measure 19. This is on page 5. Measure 19. Stay with me, folks. Measure 19. Let's take it apart. Can we hear sopranos alone at measure 19? Here we go. Sopranos start low on this B natural. 19. Page 5. 1, 2, 3, and. So if you can count to 4 and hang on your notes, it's really quite doable. Let's go back all the way back to 19 again. And can we hear altos, altos, altos at 19? Getting that starting note is going to be the hard part, whether you're virtual or whether you're in person. So altos, that's your on. 1, 2, altos, go. Very good. Again, on its own, seems pretty easy. I know when it's in context, it's harder. Tenors. Tenors at measure 19 now. Tenors back at 19. 1, 2, and ready, go. Crescendo, go to Tenors, how'd you do with that fun little section there? All right, tenors, real quick before we go do basses and then put that all together. And then look, folks, you have the first 7 pages learned. See? Told you it was easy. All right. Measure 31, tenors. Go to Innis. I just love this line, tenors. It sounds like waves. You are the singing waves. All right, a little slower than that. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Go to Innisfree and the small cabin built of clay and wattles there. Great. And last but not least, all the way back to 19, basses. Then we'll put it all together. Bass and 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's go to Innisfree. Here we go. We're going to start at measure 18. So you get these 2 chords, and then you get this sort of slow bill. All right, here we go. Measure 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, go. It's so beautiful. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's lock all that in. Actually, let's go from the beginning. Measure 7. Measure 7. Go back to measure 7. It's just that beautiful close harmony with 9 chords that is very 21st century choral music, but it just warms the soul. And in really ways, Fauré is kind of the grandfather of this music. Fauré is the grandfather of stuff like Olayelo. Takes all of this stuff is from the Fauré and Requiem and stuff. All right, measure 7. Measure 7. Bass comes in on that low way. Here we go. Bass is 1, 2, 3, and. Get ready. Here we go. Ready, and. For your next entrance. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2. Measure 27. Off. Going on. everyone go with me to measure 43. We have silence and then a little key change. And then this beautiful section. This is the next section we're going to learn and we'll be done tonight. And the crazy thing is people will be halfway through the piece. Isn't that nuts? All right, here we go. Sopranos, this is your starting notes. 9 bean rows. 9 bean rows. Here we go. A little under tempo. 1 and 2 and sing. 9 bean rows. It's so good. Can we do that again? Measure 43. Let's just sight read it, and then we'll take it part by part, all right? And then we'll move on. Again, folks, that's what I told you. We're halfway through the piece. It's a perfect pandemic piece, right? You can learn it in a jiffy, and then we'll put it together in a million ways. It will sound great. All right. Who thought a year ago I would say something like the perfect pandemic piece? And yet, this is where we're at. All right, here we go. 43. Here we go, sopranos. 1 and 2 and sing. All right, here we go. Let's start now. Let's take it apart. Can we start with measure 43? 9 bean rolls. Here we go, sopranos. 1 and 2 and 3. Beautiful. Can we hear altos now? Altos. Altos. All right, here we go. Here we go. Measure 44. Measure 44. Altos. 1, 2, ready, and. Bravo. Now measure 44 tenors. Will 1, 2, tenors, go. Will I have life and live alone in the watch that page turn tenors. You kind of go down to that D really quickly. Now basses, 44 basses. Will I have, here we go, basses. 1, 2, 3, bass. Will I have, oh, I messed up again. Basses ready, go. Will I have life for the oh, I messed up that page turn too. Bass, let's do your part one more time. I'm sorry. I gotta get it together. Here we go. I will have basses 3 and 4. I will have Bass, let's do that page turn. So this is the last measure on page 9. Because it's got me both times. Bass, baritone, ready, go. Lord. Let's do that all together. Let's do it a couple times. So you get this note, and then sopranos, you come in on these. All right, here we go. So we all are singing this E, and then the sopranos come in first. We'll go a little under tempo. 1 and 2 and sing. Let's do that one more time, then we'll go back to the beginning. And again, we'll work on this. This is like going to be what we're going to be learning when we're not recording Forte. All right? So let's do 43. Here we go. 9 bean rows will I have. Here we go. Sopranos. 1 and 2 and 3. 9 bean rows. Oh, I messed up. Do that again. So everyone starts pitch. Bass, that's your starting pitch. Tenor, alto, soprano. 1 and 2 and sing. And then we're here. All right, from the beginning, please, from the beginning. And again, I hope tonight you go off and you go listen to this. All right, I hope you go listen to this and just love it and let it wash over you. And then you'll sort of start to get it. It's an esoteric piece, but I think it pairs with the Forte so beautifully. And again, you see the notes are hard. It's just one of those things where it's very difficult to do over virtual, but it's going to come together really well. All right, here we go, folks. I'll play a little fake guitar just for Scott. This is for you, Scott. This is my fake piano guitar. Here we go. Imperial basses. One, two, here we go. Next entrance, here we go, and here we go. Here you go, Innisfree. Go. Next entrance. I'll give you a little extra time. We're at measure 43 if you got lost. Here we go. Sopranos. 1 and 2 and sing. Here Bravo. And put that away for the night. I hope you go and listen to that. All right. We're going to do one more movement from the 4A tonight. But before we do that, I want to do a couple announcements. And I have so many announcements that I wrote them down, which I never do. And again, I think Sharon's still in rehearsal with us. So Sharon, if I forget anything, you let me know. So big one is next week is, as I said, Easter. And so we will not have rehearsal. And so again, happy Easter to those who celebrate. Happy Passover to those who began celebrating yesterday. And for those of you who don't celebrate holidays, I hope you enjoy a wonderful, beautiful Sunday. Doing whatever it is that you love to do. So again, next week, no rehearsal. But like I said, once we get back in April, it is go, 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 go time. Now, part of what's going to help me plan the go, 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 go time is getting input from you about your status of wanting to sing indoors. Our indoor octets have been great. We believe we're going to be able, by the time we get back, to expand that to 12 or 16 singers. And so again, it's going to add even more security, more depth, better sound, all of the above to these in-house recording sessions. They are only half hour long. We wear masks. We're super distanced. I know that some people were waiting to get first or second doses of vaccine. So the indoor singing and interest form, which if you have already sang indoors with me the past 3 weeks, you do not have to fill it out again. You're on my list. But if you have never filled out this form before, which I'm going to throw in the chat, if you've never filled out this form before, or if you wrote me a response that was something to the effect of, I'm not ready yet, but I am, I'm getting a vaccine soon, or I'm waiting. And if you've changed your mind and you think that you will be ready to sing in a smallish, again, 8 to 16 singers, probably 12 to 16 singers, if that is something that you are interested in, or you've changed your interest in, please fill out this form. So again, if you filled out this form and you said to me, I'm not interested yet, and you're now interested, please, 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 please refill out this form. I don't care if there's a million responses from you, and let me know that you are interested. Again, if you have already sang with me, if you have already been in here inside either this week, the past week, the week before that, you're on my list, and I will include you in the list of people. Since the numbers are, we're going to have slightly more singers, we're probably going to have slightly larger groups, and that's good. That means you're going to be going multiple weeks. The other thing is, just like we did this week, we are going to be doubling up. So we're going to do 2 sessions a Sunday. Now, what that means is just what we did this week. There will be one group that comes in at 4 p.m., sings for a half hour. We let the air change in the room. Another group will come in at 5 p.m. They leave. We then will have outdoor / virtual rehearsal. So virtual rehearsal will be hybrid with us again. So you'll be all on a webcam with me outdoors while I'm with folks outdoors. So again, let me say that again. An invite only scheduled. You have shown interest in indoor singing session, either at 4 or 5, depending on the week. And then an open to all 6 p.m. outdoor / virtual rehearsal. They'll all be virtual and outdoor will be at the same time. Okay. So put that in your mind. Again, please fill out this form if you have not already and you've changed your mind. If you're still not interested, that is totally cool. Totally cool. Literally, we're here to accommodate you and to make you feel musically engaged with us no matter what. So again, but our schedule probably going through April and into May, and the season is going to go into May a little bit this year just because we want more of that in-person time. And this is a big project we're undertaking. Our schedule is going to be 4 p.m., 5 p.m. will be small groups indoors. And then open to all 6 p.m. outside. It will be virtual / indoor. So Jane, for the outdoor rehearsals each week, I really appreciate if everyone signs up just so I have a record of who was there if we ever have to contact trace. So you'll every week, please, and this will be my next plea. Please read your weekly email. Sharon puts a lot of work into that communication. And I know it can look long, and the last thing you ever want to do is read a long email. But in that email are really helpful links to help keep us all on track. Please read those weekly emails. And again, but that being said, please fill out tonight or this week the indoor singing interest form if you've changed your mind or are interested in singing indoors, because my goal is on Easter or the Saturday before Easter, next weekend, to send out a schedule to everyone for basically all of April and maybe even into May. So again, if your schedule is changing, if things are clearing up for you and you're free on Sunday nights again, for Sunday afternoons for these things. Please, please, please fill out that form, because I want to include as many voices and singers as possible. I want everyone to have this opportunity. You've paid dues for this ensemble, and I'm here to help you. So again, please fill out that form. You'll see a schedule from me. If there are conflicts in it, then you can tell me about them, and we'll move folks around. The next thing, and this will tie us in, because I want to end tonight singing, of course, is what we're going to do. So you have recording tracks for the offertory and the sanctus. I believe I'm going to let the offertory and the sanctus be all virtual numbers. Now, if we have a group in here that's really singing well and we think we can record the offertory or record the sanctus live, we'll do it. But I think offertory and the sanctus will be all virtual. So please, you can still continue to, you can send in all of those recordings throughout April into May. I probably won't cut you off from sending in recordings until May. But if you come in person to sing, the movements that we will probably we will sing in person, both outdoor and indoor, will be the opening movement, the Requiem and Kyrie, which we're going to end tonight with, In Paradisum, the Libera Me, and the Agnus Dei. All right? So basically everything except for the offertory and the sanctus. All right? So again, get those movements in your body, because again, those of you, we've had such good recording sessions. We've had such good music made in here, but it is really, really, the more ready we are to rock and go with notes, the better we are. So again, those are what we're going to do, and we're just going to record those, and we're going to keep going. So again, thank you all so much for all the ways you're making music at this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's a lot of announcements. Please, 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 please read your weekly email and stuff we post, because that a lot of information in there. We want you all to participate as much as you want to, and so we're here to help you. Thank you. Anyway, so one more movement tonight. Piano Man. No, I'm kidding. All right, here we go. Opening movement, because next time we're outdoors together, next time we're indoors together, I think we're going to really go after this movement hard, because again, the way this concert starts is going to be so important. And so to hear this on the piano and then to hear spooky chords is good. So let's end, and also it's just fun to sing. So let's end our night singing the opening movement of the Foray Requiem. Here we go. Everyone there? Get there. Get there, get there. I'll give you 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, opening movement. 7, easy to find. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2, 3, sing. Bravo. Have a beautiful night, everyone. Have a great week. Have a great week off. I'll miss you, but it will be so exciting when we're back together in April. And again, like I said, we're going to be on a every week in April is going to be super precious. All right. So get ready to rock. I'm so happy to know you. So lucky to know you. Have a great week. Stay safe. Stay well. All right. Peace all. Bye.